And do you ever observe him using drugs?
No.
What drugs did he tell you that he was using?
I don't think there's a drug under the sun that he hasn't tried.
My client admits that he used alcohol and marijuana alongside mom. He rarely used if she wasn't. They used together.
The presumed father and the alleged father was served with citation. Mr. Bowman also filed a written general denial. The court did order DNA paternity analysis in this matter, and the DNA results are back for the alleged father, Mr. Bowman, and the child. So at this time, I ask the state for an opening to tell the court what the state's requested we do here today.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I did not email Miss Molina the DNA test, but it sounds like the court might have it. So
yeah, I have it.
I got bailed out. But as the court knows, the DNA will confirm Mr. Bowman and rule out Mr. Campbell. So we'll ask for that finding. Requesting a temporary order, Your Honor, asking the court to reserve the issues of retroactive support. We'll be asking the court to possibly revisit current support. And then as far as the agreements are to that neither party has medical at reasonable cost, and Mr. Bowman to pay child support based off of minimum wage, one child in, no children out, so $221 on the child support, $57 on the medical. But again, we'd be asking to revisit that at the final. The reason for making that request is my understanding is that either Mr. Bowman or his family owns some property, and on that property there's a cell tower lease for I think for several decades that pays royalties or rent or whatever it is. So we're requesting that Mr. Bowman provide us documentation as to the income being generated, as well as who has rights to that.
Sir, all that's in my father's
Stop. Again, sir, I know you're not a lawyer, but you don't get to interrupt someone when they're making an opening statement, sir. Thank you.
And then as far as the disagreements, Your Honor, the parties disagree about the child's surname. As I understand it, parties disagree about possession and access. My understanding is that Miss Elledge has safety concerns and is going to request supervised visitation. The state is requesting, I believe Miss Elledge joins, but whether she does or doesn't, requesting non-disclosure. Specifically, there's some allegations of a drug problem and some physical abuse. And Mr. Bowman may have some of his own allegations, so I'd ask the court to listen to those, also make an appropriate ruling. And I think that's about it, Your Honor.
All right, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and let the state call you both as witnesses. I'm gonna get some background information here. My understanding is the state's requesting child support based on minimum data on what your employment history has been like and whether or not you're on some type. Doesn't sound like the only type of disability or anything like that, because the court these days has a real problem with minimum wage because nobody makes minimum wage. I got 16-year-old friends, my friends' kids are 16, 17 working part-time. They're making $14, $15 an hour. So yeah, that's why the court has a problem with that. But the bottom line is I want to get some info on everything. I want to get some info about the alleged possible family violence, circumstances involving possible drug use, because the court has an option of appointing an attorney to represent the child. And when I do that, I have that attorney schedule drug testing for both parties, where I can get everybody's hair follicle or fingernails done, so I can figure out what the truth of the matters are, and everything else. And ma'am, certain things that you're maybe asking for, like the name change and all that. The bottom line is, ma'am, that it's considered to be in the child's best interest that the last name reflect that of the father. This is a child that's well under school age. And so the court would be looking at a possible name change. And if you're asking me for doing something different on that, along those lines, the burden of proof falls on you, not him, on why the court needs to do that. You'll get tired of hearing me say the burden of proof, because a lot of things it's the petitioner, the mom's burden of proof or something, and a lot of times it's the father's, in this case the respondent's burden of proof on certain items. So again, folks, I know you're not lawyers, but guess what? Welcome to Law School 101, and we'll figure this one out. And if push comes to shove, like I say, when we leave here this afternoon, at the end of the day, the baby might have a lawyer. And that attorney doesn't represent either of y'all, it represents the child and only does what they feel is in their client's best interest, not in what is in the parent's best interest, or even perhaps what their desires are. But anyway, we'll figure that one out. But let me get some testimony from everybody, and we'll take it from there. So at this time, I need both of you to unmute yourselves. If you got video, turn it on and raise your right hand so I can get you on the record. Thank you. All right, there you go. All right. Raise your right hands, please. You both solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give this court today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
All right, you're both officially on oath. If you need to, because of bandwidth problems, you can go ahead and turn off your videos. But now I got you under oath. I only need to hear you going forward. So at this time, Mr. Diamond, you can go ahead and call your first witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll call Miss Elledge. Ma'am, will you say your full name, please?
Rebecca Irene Elledge. My married name is Rebecca Irene Campbell, but Elledge is my maiden name. So.
Okay. All right. So let's start off. Let's talk about Hilly for a minute. Who's Hilly's father?
Michael Bowman.
And
Your Honor, I would offer the DNA report, stage 1 or whatever the court would like to call it.
I'm going to call it stage 1. Folks, this is stage 1. This is the DNA report for the DNA paternity analysis in your case. Is there any legal reason that I should not allow this in evidence at this time, Ms. Elledge?
No, sir.
Mr. Bowman, any legal reason, sir?
No, sir.
All right, stage 1's admitted. Stage 1 shows that Mr. Michael Bowman Jr. cannot be excluded as a biological father of the child in this case. The probability of that paternity is 99.999999998, which is well within the guidelines of the Texas Family Code of only having 99.99, with a combined paternity index of 796 billion to 1. So I guess we only need another 70 billion people on this planet. I mean, for that to not be the case. So at this time, I will so find, sir, that you are the biological father and the state can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So Miss Elledge, let's start off with Hilly's name. As
You can
you've
say
heard,
that. Go ahead and give me some preliminary on that, Mr. Diamond, but I'll obviously save that for final hearing for a final determination. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. So you heard the judge say that usually the starting point is going to be mom's name hyphen dad's name. Would something like that be acceptable to you?
Yes, I'm fine with Elledge hyphenated Bowman.
Okay. Okay, and let's talk about where I do believe there's agreements. So my understanding is that, at least for now, you're okay with setting Mr. Bowman's child support. Actually, before I even get into that, do you have health insurance available through work at reasonable cost?
No.
Would you be able to get health insurance for Hilly at reasonable cost through another source?
No.
All right. And then now let's talk about child support. So I told the court a minute ago, for now, setting Mr. Bowman's child support based on minimum wage, but possibly revisiting at the final. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes.
And so those numbers, 221 on the child support and 57 on the medical, again, that's acceptable to you?
Yes.
Okay. And then I believe you're in agreement with reserving the retroactive child support for the final?
Yes.
Okay. So let's stay on the money situation for a minute. So are you aware of any work or sources of income that Mr. Bowman has?
I know that he'll work for a friend every once in a while. Like that was when we were in a relationship. I don't know if that's currently what he's still doing.
What type of business is the friend in?
He builds metal buildings.
Okay. So is Mr. Bowman, is he like a machine operator, or is he is he just handy with putting things together? What's his skill set?
I know he's had welding experience. I don't know
Okay.
if that's a job that he did with his friend for his friend to make those metal buildings, but I do know that welding is a trait that he had.
Okay. So you heard me tell the court a minute ago, there's a cell phone tower that's leased on property where Mr. Bowman resides. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, his father did tell me about that whenever it first that the contract was coming up and that they were discussing it.
Okay. So do you know whose money that is?
No, I assumed it would have been his father's because it's his father's still alive and it's on his property. But I know that Michael lives with him, so I don't know if they've divided it between the two. I don't know. I didn't. From whenever his dad was telling me, it sounded like it would be I didn't know it was gonna be a lump sum of money all at once. I thought it was gonna be like paid over the decade, like it was like a 10-year contract. So I thought it would just be like a either a monthly. It was only a one-time conversation, so not too much information, questions to be asked or
Sure.
anything.
I understand. Okay, so let's get into the bigger disagreement. So my understanding is that you would like you would like supervised visitation at this point. Is that correct?
Yes. Currently, right now, Hilly goes over to his mother's house on Tuesdays.
Well, so let's go one piece at a time. So, and how old is Hilly?
She's 2.
Okay. What type of relationships does Mr. Bowman have with Hilly?
I really can't speak on that. I've never watched. I've never been there. I've never been present. It's always been his mom. I know, sometimes Hilly is ready to go see him, and then sometimes she's not.
What we need to know is what kind of visitation has he had in the past. I don't need to know. She's 2. They changed their mind. Oh yeah, a lot. So this deals to what has he been doing to have a relationship with the child? Thank you.
So Hilly goes to his mom's on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week since she's been a little over maybe 6 months old, and he will go and visit her there. He's not there every time when I pick her up, and he's not there every time I drop her off in the mornings. So I don't know how long he's there. That would be a question you could ask
Okay.
his mother. I don't know if
We
she
can
does
ask
get
him
an
too.
attorney.
So we can ask
Yes.
him also. So thank you.
Okay, so let's get into the safety concerns. You have safety concerns with him having Hilly by himself. Is that right?
Yes. Just from what I've seen, like whenever I do go over there, he is sleeping a lot. So that is a concern of mine. I've have heard
Okay, stop. Okay, ma'am. You can only testify to what you are an eyewitness to. You cannot testify to what other people have told you. If they're going to be witnesses, you got to bring them in and testify to what they've seen. All right, thank you.
Okay.
So again, let's go a piece at a time. You think he has a drug problem? Is that correct?
Yes, potential drug problem, but from the actions. Yes.
Okay. Has he admitted drug use to you before?
Whenever we had dated prior to Hilly, yes, that he's done drugs, all kinds of drugs.
Okay. And do you ever observe him using drugs?
No.
What drugs did he tell you that he was using?
I don't think there's a drug under the sun that he hasn't tried.
Okay. What's his drug of choice?
I don't know. I can't tell you on that. I just know like that was a constant quote that I was told, that there's nothing under the sun he hasn't tried.
Okay.
And that, but I don't know of a dominant.
Understand. All right. So so let's get into the evidence for drug use today. So you said one is that from your observation, he sleeps pretty frequently. Are we talking like during the day?
Yes. Whenever I do go over and pick up Hilly, and if he is there, he'll be asleep.
Okay.
The majority of the time that whenever I go pick her up, he'll be asleep.
Gotcha. And what other evidence have you seen? or is he admitted to?
Me and him do not talk, rarely. So he's not admitted to me about anything. Just the sleeping, the not having a job, just, I would definitely for sure fits of anger that he's exhibited before, but
Okay, so let's get into that now. So we talked about drugs. You think he has an anger problem too?
yes.
All right. Has he been physically abusive with you?
Me and him have gotten into a pushing match whenever he was verbally aggressive with his mother at her home and Hilly was
Oh,
there.
so you're getting
And
ahead of it. You're getting ahead of it. So yes, he's been physically aggressive with you. Yes.
Yes.
How many occasions has he been physical with you?
One.
Okay, and when was that?
That was August 2023.
Okay, and what happened?
His mother and him had gotten into a disagreement about Hilly going swimming, and if and Michael did not want her to go swimming anymore with his mom, and he wanted me to come get Hilly so that she could not go swimming with his mom. Whenever I arrived over there, he was really upset. He was slamming doors. They were making pictures fall off the walls. I
All right, so did his mom ask him to leave?
Yes. And so whenever he left, angrily. And then I saw him charging back into the house. And then that's whenever I stood in front of the door, to not let him back in. And that's whenever he said he was going to punch my effing head in. But he was trying to get his cell phone, and his mom saw the phone and grabbed it to where he could not come back in the house.
Okay, and so he shoved you during that altercation or during that
Yes.
incident. All right, were the police called?
I did call them. They said they just took the report down, but that's all that they could do because we didn't call them at that moment. Like I called them the next day. I wasn't sure how to really go, what to have done because he left. There was no physical damages on me or on the property. It was other than like her ring cam, but I'm unsure if that's footage is still on her ring cam.
Okay.
But I did tell that to the officer at that time.
Okay, and then so let's talk about let's shift from Mr. Bowman to your current husband, Mr. Campbell. You have safety concerns with Mr. Campbell as well, is that correct?
Yes, that's why I don't take any of this lightly just because of what I've gone through
Right.
in the past with him. So if I can take every precaution extra seriously, I
Sure.
will.
Sure. So again, let's just go one piece at a time. So has Mr. Campbell ever been violent with you?
Yes.
On how many occasions?
We've
We
had
talking like more than one hand worth?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, although once is more than enough. So is that why you're divorcing Mr. Campbell?
That and among other things.
Okay. So at a minimum, you would not want Mr. Campbell to have access to your address and your contact information?
Correct.
Okay. I will pass a witness, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'll be back in just a moment. Call your next witness, please, then, Mr. Diamond.
I'll call Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bowman, will you state your full name, please?
Michael William Bowman Jr.
All right, and so let's go through the same questions, Mr. Bowman. So, as far as Hilly's last name, would Elledge -Bowman be acceptable to you?
No, sir. I just wanted to have my last name.
Not going to happen, sir. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump at you on that one. Here's the deal, sir. I didn't mention that in my morning speech. The child has the right to have both of your names, and the court's going to grant that. And I always let mom pick the order of the names because she did all the hard work when it came to having the baby. So unless you can show a legal reason why having the mother's last name is going to be harmful to the child, her name is going to be in there along with yours, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. You may proceed, Mr. Diamond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so let's go into what I believe is agreed. So as I understand it, the agreement would be Miss Elledge would continue to keep the medical coverage through the state for Hilly, and then child support would be set at least temporarily at 221 and medical at 57. Are those numbers acceptable to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the other things. The cell phone tower, I have it right. It's like a 50-year lease on the property. Is that what it is?
55-year lease. It's all in my father's name.
Okay, who owns the property that it's leased to?
My father.
All right, and do you have any? So what do you do for income?
I use the cell phone tower money.
Okay, so your father is he been gifting you some of the money? Is that what's going on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and do you have regular employment?
I do not at this time, but I did. I do metal buildings.
Okay, are you a licensed welder?
Not at this time. No.
Okay.
All right, real quick, sir. You previously been, I even know I'm not even sure welders are licensed, but you have any special certifications as a welder? Did you have any such prior certifications, sir?
Yes, I have. I have been certified before, but it's ran out. I would need to renew that.
All right, then. But there's no reason you cannot renew it. Is that correct, sir? You haven't been
Yes, sir. That's
suspended.
correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, and real quick, sir, how much are you getting in from the fund? How much funds are your father's turning over to you, and how often and the amount? Thank you.
I don't really have an amount. I just, every now and then I get a little bit of money from him for like gas or whatever. I need me to do, I do little jobs on, just to
All
stay
right, you said
afloat.
you were specifically getting money for the cell towers.
Well, no, I get them from my father, not from the cell tower.
Okay, and how much is he? And is it a monthly thing or a biweekly thing, or what are we talking about?
No, maybe once or twice a month I'll get like $100 from him, just for gas, whatever, to like, just to get to the next job or whatever.
All right.
I do little small jobs, odds and ends and stuff.
So, do you get more than $500 a month from him? Or
No,
any-
no, sir. No, sir.
All right, thank you. You may proceed, Mr. Downer.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, so let's talk about Hilly. How would you describe your relationship with her?
Very good. I love my daughter.
And how many times would you say you get to see her in the average week?
I see her every Tuesday and Thursday, and I try to get there after Rebecca drops her off, and then I try to leave before Rebecca gets there, just to keep from having any issues.
Yes, sir. Um, has Hilly ever stayed the night at your place?
My mother's, yes. With me, yeah. Me and Hilly will go stay at my mom's house.
Yes, sir. All right. There's been some allegations of drug use. Uh, what's going to happen if you get drug tested?
I'm fine with that. In the past, I did, but even before Hilly was born, I quit doing anything and everything. So I'm fine. I will take whatever kind of test you want me to take. I'm fine with that. Um, I've been I've been doing good for a long time.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you have any other children besides Hilly, Mr. Bowman?
No, no, sir.
And then my request to the court, there's several ways that the court could find that Miss Elledge's information should not be disclosed. My request to the court is that at a minimum, her information not go in the order. Now, one way the court could do it is that she's not required to provide you that information. The other way would be that it doesn't go in the order, but she is required to keep you updated on with her contact information. Do you have any objection to the court keeping her information out, but ordering that she be required to provide that information to you.
Oh no, that's fine. As long as I can get a hold of her, if I need something or if I need to talk to her about something, that's fine.
Okay. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna argue one way or the other. I'll leave that at the court's discretion, but I will request that that her information not be disclosed. So I appreciate that.
No, that's fine.
Okay, I think that's what I have, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
All right, folks, here's the deal. I'm looking at probably going ahead. I'm definitely looking at making this attempt. I'm okay with making the child support based on minimum wage as a temp, but obviously the father has skills. And sir, at the end of the day, you know, we got the state of Texas information showing what welders in your area should be earning. So you might want to think about getting that license redone, because I'm probably going to look at ordering your child support based on what you can actually earn, sir, not what you're earning at this time. So, but I'll save that for final, and we can figure out whether or not that's going to be appropriate based on the testimony. I am going to go ahead and point that line to represent the child. The baby's got a lawyer. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Ms. Cusack on this one, Mr. Diamond. And I'm gonna go ahead and order, I always do it for both, order drug testing of both parties, and we do hair follicle. What city do you live in, sir?
I live in Gatesville, Texas.
All right, ma'am, what city do you live in?
Gatesville, Texas.
All right, I usually use any lab now. I think there might be one in Killeen, but I usually use the one in Harker Heights because it's open on Saturdays in case somebody needs to go by and get their testing done on a Saturday. So I'm going to go. But yes, sir.
There's one in Temple that it was easier for me to get to when we did the DNA test.
Okay, well, this is the test. I always use these guys. I'm not sure the one that did the DNA test does drug testing, and they have a very good price. So again, it may be you know, Gatesville to Harker Heights, Gatesville to Temple is about the same, almost the same. You know, just go through Copper's Cove and come on into Harker Heights, or you know, it's not that bad. My office used to be in Harker Heights, and 30% of my practice was in the Coryell County. So yeah. So, you know, I know that way by heart for sure. So again, it may be a little bit more convenient, but I like this testing facility. It's fast, they're good, and they're reliable, and that's what I like to use. Someone I know I can count on. So that's what I'm probably. But I'll leave it. I'll leave it up to the ad litem. She can take your recommendations. But I'm looking at ordering her to order a hair follicle or a fingernail test. That's the stuff to get. Those are the tests that get me past past somewhere between 90 and 120 days, and I feel a lot more comfortable with that than anything else. I'm going to go ahead and for right now, I'm looking at temporarily naming you. I'm looking at temporarily going ahead and naming them both temporary joint management service. I may change that around, Mr. Diamond, but it sounds like somehow mom got in the middle of the thing between his mom and her, and it shouldn't have been. It's no matter what, it was inappropriate. But for right now, I'm not going to limit parental rights until the final hearing on that, and I'll let the letter make their recommendations going forward to what type of conservatorships should be done. But right now I'm looking at making them both temporary joint managing, but I'm going to go ahead and obviously get mom the right to decide domicile. That right is the right now, ma'am, restricted to Bell and contiguous counties and Coryell and contiguous counties until this matter is over with. I'm going to grant the non-disclosure, and I'm granting that based on your current spouse's circumstances, ma'am. So there's nothing going to be printed in this paperwork. And are y'all okay still doing the Thursdays and Tuesdays through his mother's? I didn't get any testimony on that.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm fine with that arrangement. I'm fine with that.
All right, ma'am, are you still okay with that until we finalize this or get some input from the ad litem?
Yes, sir.
All right, you should also know that ad litem is tasked with actually having to visit the locations where both of y'all reside, so get ready for that. And I'm just going to go ahead and make her an attorney, a guardian slash attorney ad litem. I'm pretty sure the 2-year-old won't sick the lawyer on both of y'all. She doesn't know how, but I just want to make sure that doesn't happen. And I'm probably looking at a pretrial date sometime in August. Mr. Diamond, check and see when Ms. Cusack's already going to appear on one of those Wednesdays in August, maybe.
Yeah. Miss Walker's ahead of us, Your Honor. So there's a number of special settings. Ms. Cusack is on the July 10th docket. Ms.
That's too
Cusack is
fast. That's way too fast. Yeah. So I need
she's
August.
she's here on the August 28th docket.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good docket. Hey, we may be able to take care of it all that. Let's go ahead and set it on the, and that's a regular docket.
A regular docket, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set this on the regular docket on that date, folks. If we need, I'm gonna set it as a pretrial just in case we need a special setting after that, but we may be able to take care of that on that date and get you folks out of here with a final order that starts the 1st of September, because by then she should be able to make the visit. She should be able to communicate with both of y'all and figure it out. And by then, sir, we're maybe looking at an update in this matter. I was thinking about NCP choices, but y'all both in Coryell County, and that doesn't include my NCP choices network at this time. So I'm not going to worry about. I can't do that. But again, sir, if there, I've got the law is not only that I'm supposed I order child support on basis of what you're earning, but what what you possibly can earn. Real life story. My college roommate got kicked out of the surgeon. He was a doctor and he was trying to become a surgeon. And in the 3rd year, he got rifted and he stopped. He quit being a doctor. Yeah. Guess what? His child support was going to be based on him being a doctor, not a cab driver. So, but the bottom line is he went back to being a doc. So that's fine. But again, what your potentially earnings are, sir. You can you will need to I have to base child support on that. And so we'll need to get an update on what your circumstances are and whether or not there's some type of disability or something that we don't that hasn't been testified to. But any reason you have, make sure you tell the ad litem. Now, I'm going to need both of your permissions to give the ad litem your contact information, which means your email addresses and your phone numbers. So at this time, sir, do we have Mr. Bowman, do we have your permission, sir? You're muted, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. What was I'm sorry. My phone cut out a little bit. I didn't hear the question.
I need your permission to give the attorney ad litem, the lawyer representing your daughter, your contact information, email and phone number. Is that okay?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ms. Elledge, is that okay with you, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and see if we can set this one up and get it done as a final. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the temporary visitation as y'all been doing Tuesdays and Thursdays and at mom's house, and we'll keep that up until final. And we'll come up with some type of regular visitation pattern or schedule after that. Again, she's 2, so standard visitation usually doesn't kick in until they're 3 years old, but after they're 3, we kick it in, and we probably need to do something that'll get the standard visitation eventually. But I'll let the ad litem and y'all discuss that and maybe come to an agreement on that also, or otherwise I'll make a ruling on that. So at this time, Mr. Diamond, is there anything else I specifically need to rule on for as far as the temp is concerned, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. The Tuesday and Thursday visits, were those 1st, 3rd, and 5th, or is that every week?
That's every week.
Yes, Your Honor. And as far as the times, I missed the times on those.
Okay, I'm sorry. What times that visitation usually take place, Miss Eldridge?
Right now it's summertime, so when she wakes up, I bring her. But during the school year, I bring her about 7:30, and I'll pick her up a little bit before 4.
All right, so it's an all-day deal, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'll just put in there that the pickup and drop off is anytime before. I'll just go ahead and say noon till 6, and any other times y'all can agree to, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Diamond?
No, I think that's it, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll start with you, Ms. Elledge. Questions, ma'am?
The drug testing, will someone make an appointment for us, or will we just?
She'll make an appointment for y'all. She'll pay for it. If you come back negative, the drug test is on me. If you come back positive, the drug test is on y'all. Okay. Whoever comes back positive. So yes, ma'am. The ad litem will set it all up.
Okay.
But she'll run the course she'll run it by you to make sure you're available on the day she's looking at getting them done.
And then the child support, the 221, that will start when we will come back again in September?
It starts July 1, ma'am. That's temporary. Okay. It starts the 1st of July.
Okay.
Any other questions?
That's all my questions. No, sir. I think that's all of them.
Mr. Bowman, question, sir.
No, sir. No questions at this time.
All right. See everybody when it's going to be really hot outside. Okay. That last week of August. So I'll see everybody then. And like I said, if we need to set it up at a special setting after that, it's fine. But if we can get it all taken care of on that date, we'll get you a final order. So at this time, Mr. Diamond, could the parties be excused, or do you need them back in breakout?
If they can be excused, Your Honor, I'll need to get in touch with Ms. Cusack and communicate particulars to her. So,
all right, good enough. All right, folks, you're both free to go. The state's going to be sending you a copy of the final temporary order in this matter via DocuSign. He has your information, so it'll come through your email. And it's a point and click thing, so you can just sign off on it and get it back. And again, anything in this temporary order, the court can do a 180-degree turnaround on it in August. But for right now, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and set that up. And Mr. Diamond, I'm going to go ahead and since they both agree on the name change based on both names, then I'll go ahead and do that at this time also. And ma'am, you're going to go back to your maiden name of Elledge, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it'll be Elledge hyphen Bowman, correct?
Hilly's name, yes, it'll be
Yeah.
Elledge Bowman. Yes, sir.
All right,
Hyphenated
good
Bowman.
enough. We'll go ahead and do it that way. All right, thank you both very much, folks. And I'll see y'all at the end of August. Thank you. We're off the record.
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.